You're live. Okay, we are live. Okay, so this video is all about this. I thought I would do it live instead of me just being kind of doing it on my own, all quiet and sheepish. Sheepish? That's not even the thing. Anyway! But yeah, I thought I'd do something live with this guitar. So it's super. This is another Bob guitar, and I don't know what in the name of gravy it is. I have no idea what this thing is. When it came, it had a Sir sticker on the headstock, and I'm like, that's definitely not a Sir guitar. Um, but yeah, it's a weirdo guitar. I need to find out what this is. So what we're gonna do is, hello, I'm gonna take this apart. I really want to know what the deal is. I want to know what these hot rails are. I don't know. I don't know. I want to know if they're some aftermarket thing or are they? What are they? I want to know. I want to know what the electrics are like because they feel good. They don't feel bad. They feel like, usual electronics, cheapo thing. We've got a weirdo kind of cheapo bridge. Look at the body. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Hello, oh, hello there. There's my hand. But check out the body. Look how weird the jack socket is, and it's really kind of like massive. It's got a fat rear end. This guitar. It's dead odd. So I have no idea what the hell is going on with this guitar. That's the point. I've never checked for coil taps. No coil taps. Okay. So I don't know what this guitar body is. If anybody knows, um, yeah, I was thinking they're probably Chinese hot rails as well. They sound really good though. I mean, these pickups sound really, really cool. I'll play them for you when we've had a mess around with it. But well, when we take it apart, I just really want to know what's inside it. I want to know what your insides look like. But it's a weirdo guitar. It's not the most amazing guitar, but it's quite fun nonetheless. When I took the tremolo cover off this thing, which is the most pointless bit of plastic in history. It had all this in the back cavity, like to shim the basically block the tremolo up. And the weird thing was, it all just fell out, which means it wasn't doing anything. So that's basically kind of like pointless, that lot. Anyway, so where are we now? Okay, so I've got to somehow figure out where to put you, people of the tube, so you can see what I'm doing. About to see me. It's Dave! Okay, so I kind of need somebody to hold the camera there, but I can't do that. So let's figure this out. Okay. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, so let's go, shall we? So let me know. Is that okay? Can you see? Well, I know you can't see everything amazing. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, good gravy. This could prove tiresome. Hang on a minute. Let me just turn Mr. Telly off because we don't want to get gotted for any copyright issues that may have approached themselves. That's good. If you fall, I apologise. But okay, so here's the guitar. You can see. And like I say, look at the jack socket. The jack socket is in the weirdest place. But, it's a guitar. PS1, yes. PS1, 2, 3, 4, and N64. With the only reason to own an N64. Yes. Tell me there's another reason to own no other reason to own an N64. Okay, so strings off first. Let's start there. So I really want to know what's under this scratch plate. I want to take the neck off as well because I'm not sure it's mounted right, but we'll find out. Okay, so need a neck thing. Okay. So Mario, good point. What was that? Sorry, I missed that one. Yeah, let's try and get your hands on one guitar. I missed it. Sorry. Not another Strat. I know. I can't help it. In all fairness, I was given this one. This isn't a This isn't one that I bought. I was given this. This is another Bob guitar. I wish the comments would stay on. Oh, Zelda, of course. I forgot all about that. Good point. Thank you. The Larry Carlton Strats, yeah. Love you too. Mario Kart. Good point. Well said. I'm with you now. I do have Mario 64 for it. I do love Mario. Grew up with Mario, I tells you. He was a hog in bed, though. Anyway, that was a weird one. Ignore I just said that. Okay, so... Capo. You don't need to do this, but what I always do, when I take a guitar neck off, I put a capo on the first fret, and it stops the, when I take the neck off, it stops the strings falling out the nut and going everywhere and flying off machines. Won't really happen much with this, but I do it out of habit. So, neck off. Let's get the neck off this thing, because I'm really curious about what dwells within the neck socket. Pocket. It's the weird hour we've lost in sleep that's throwing me off today. People of the tube. Okay, come on. At some point I might have to go and get the battery charger for my phone. Where are we? Oh no, we're okay for a bit. Yeah, 61% battery, so we should be okay. Should be able to get this done in one fell swoop. I would love to get hold of the Sire Larry Carlton. I really debated to get the Sire Gold Top, the Larry Carlton Gold Top. I was really, really tempted by that, and I still am. It's just that I just can't afford it, unfortunately. Especially not with the France trip coming up and stuff like that. It's just not really on the cards. Okay, so we got nothing in the neck pocket. Let me show you. Come to me, people of the tube. Okay, flippy camera. Okay, so we got nothing in there. It's just... It's bad. It's not wood either. Look, it's... I don't know how well you're able to see this. I do apologise. You can see it's just kind of like a chipboard. Well, chipboard, fireboard, whatever you want to call it. So the body's, body's exactly what I'd expect it to be. The neck is okay. The holes are drilled wonky as a donkey on speed. They're not the best. But, no shim could be a bit of an issue because the saddles are as low as they go. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a shim in into the bottom of this because I think it could require one. Hey, that might work as good shim material, that. Ha 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 ha! We have a shim, everybody. I will cut that later on. So, let's get into the guitar guts and stuff like that. Oh, okay. I forgot to flip the camera because I'm clever like that, you see. Okay. Whoa, I don't know if that's going to fall. You are perched extremely cautiously on the edge of my settee. So, let me come over here so you can see a little bit more of what I'm doing. So, screws out time. What if I opened it and it was like Seymour Duncan hot rails? I doubt that highly, but what if? Weirder things have happened. Ask Andertons to get the size. I have debated that, but I feel it feels cheeky. It feels cheeky to message Lee and say, Lee, could I get hold of the sires? It does seem a bit cheeky. I don't know. I would really like to try them though. They looked amazing. The Andertons review on the sires they sounded so good. The gold top obviously really spoke to me, but the Strats obviously as well. I really don't like the pearl scratch plate on this. I'm really tempted to change it, but I don't think I can be bothered because I just don't want to. It's a job for another day, maybe. I like the hot rails though, because it reminds me of Dave Murray, so that's always good. Okay. It's always good to be reminded of Mr. Dave. Okay, so let's have a look. Way! Okay. Yeah, they're just Chinese hot rail. Mini pots. Let's have a look. Come here, people of the tube. Okay, so yeah. Black. If I had a black scratch plate, I'd probably be tempted to put it on. Okay, so the guitar's swimming pooled. It's all shielded. It's shielded very nicely as well. Somebody's put the effort in here, and they've also put the extra screw hole for the scratch plate. You can see where an original scratch plate was, because you got like the doubled up holes. But yeah, we got a Chinese barcode as well on the thing there. Get refocus. What are you going to do to this guitar? I'm just going to make it play better than it does. I'm not really doing anything to it. It's not really worth kind of messing around with too much, but it doesn't play very well. But I really like the sound of these pickups, so I kind of I wanted to know what the pickups are. I wanted to know what the insides was like. It's very neat and very tidy. And I just wanted to know because once I get it set up and I can actually use the thing, it'd be better. So yeah, so if anybody knows what these pickups are, can they just let us know? I mean, they just look like, no make, they say just Chinese hot rail kind of stuff. But somebody's really gone to town and made this neat and tidy. I mean, look, you got cable ties, the soldering's good, the connections are good, everything works. You got the two capacitors, and then you knocked the phone out of my hand. You know, that pickup, I've just noticed the bridge pickup's in backwards. That's the wrong way around. Shall we fix that or shall we leave it? I'm going to fix it. I'm going to put it in the right way around because although it does sound good, it sounds a little bit weird. So I'm going to put this pickup in the right way around. I've just noticed that. It is very weird. I don't understand why that. I mean, somebody's gone through all the effort to do this. Maybe I'll put it the way around. It'll sound terrible. I don't know. But somebody's gone through all the effort to make the wiring and the solder joints absolutely bob on. And then they put that pickup in the wrong way around. Or maybe it doesn't fit. Ah. I wonder. Phase issues could be. Very possible. I'm just wondering if it goes that way round, it won't fit into the cavity. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to leave it because I don't want to turn it around. It not... well, should we try? People of the tube, what do we do? Do we turn this around or do we leave it the way it is? Let me know. What do we do? Put it right way around or leave it the way it is? Let me know. Turn it. Okie dokie. You are the boss. Okay, so let's put you back over to me. Come on, flip. There we go. Isn't this a terrifying sight? Okay. Enough stupidity, David. Okay. So, there we go. Okay, so we'll flip it. We'll put it back round the normal way, shall we? And these are not pickup screws. These are just screws. Look. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that. That's just a screw. That's not a pickup screw. That is crazy. Okay, where's the spring gone? Okay. I've got a sneaking suspicion it's this way because it doesn't fit the other way. Shall we put money on this, people of the tube? What do you reckon? Excuse me. And again. That's the normal way. Okay, I'm not gonna bother with it. Oop, I'm not gonna bother with it. Should I? Yeah, let's just do it. Do it properly, Dave, or go home. You are home, Dave. You can't go anywhere. Okay, shut up, Dave. Why, Dave? I don't know, Dave. Because you're an idiot. Okay, Dave, shut up. Okay, having conversations with myself. It's an hour, isn't it? Anyway, so reassemble. Okay. I don't know why I've never thought of doing these kind of like a live stream when we doing guitar setups before, because I do plenty of them. Okay, so there we go. So, okay. So what's the bane? It doesn't fit? It fits. Okay, so no issues. Thank you. You should be a local... I kind of am a local guitar tech, but it doesn't really matter at this point in time because of COVID. Okay. Okay, so pickups are all the white. I've turned into Jonathan Ross. They're the white way round. Okay, so I'll tell you what. Somebody has really gone to town with making this nice. They really have. I mean, I'm impressed. I am very, very impressed. I mean, the neck definitely needs a shim because it doesn't sit right, and the bridge saddles are way too low. There's no adjustment down. There's only adjustment up, and the action's already really high. So the neck definitely needs a shim, which is what we use that for. But the soldering and everything, the way it's all wired and everything like that. There's no excess wire. Well, there is. There's plenty. There's quite a lot of excess wire, but there's not as much as some other guitars I've seen. You know, the pickups are in neat. I don't know why they've got normal screws in there instead of pickup screws. Maybe the pickups didn't come with them. No, they cable tied it. I mean, it looks old to me. Like, you come here a sec, people with the tube again. Sorry, I do apologise about the close-ups of my face, but if I get right in on the if I can get my phone to focus, come on. The solder joints look old. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that. Preloaded. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, it does look it, doesn't it? It does look like a preloaded scratch plate. But to me, I don't think they came in this particular plate. I reckon they've been changed to this plate because, well, simply because if you look at the cavities, the pickup cavities, they're all really misshapen and, well, there, neck pickup. If you look here, where the screwdriver is, you can see there's like a hole. So, there's like a hole in the scratch plate. So I don't think this is the original plate. I am starting to think like, yeah, definitely I agree with you. Like it's a pre-wired plate, but I think somebody's changed the scratch plate to this at some point. I don't know who or why, but yeah. I don't know what this body is. I think it's like something like, you know, it's obviously some cheapo guitar. I have no idea what it is, but yeah. Preloaded means you basically buy this. You basically buy a scratch plate with all the electrics installed in it, all from the get-go. So you're basically buying this section of the guitar. Okay, so that's all good. Happy days. Back to my stupid face. Haha. Okay, so back up there, people of the tube. Hopefully you won't fall. So that's alive. That pot's in a weird place, but I'm not going to mess with it. That's in a weird place, I'm not going to mess with it. The switch is... I mean, it's all cheapo electric, small pots and stuff like that. You know, there's nothing expensive or anything... You know, anything majorly special in there. It is what it is. So, let's put it back... Well, I'm just going to put it back on with 2 screws right now, just because I can't be bothered to do all of them. Okay. Okay, have I got scissors? Yes, I've got scissors. Can I cut this? Yes, I can. Rock and roll. Okay, so switch feels good. The tone, the pots feel good. They feel like the same pots you get in like vintage guitars, like the Icon series and stuff like that. So the neck definitely needs a shim because, like I say, the adjustment screws in the saddles are pretty much as low as they can go in certain strings, and the action's really high. So I need to shim up the neck in the bass so it brings up the back of the neck so I can actually get it set up properly. So what I'm going to do, using the weirdo material that fell out the back cavity, we're going to make a little shim out of this stuff, and it's pretty much perfect for it, to be honest with you. It's the perfect size. This makes me wonder if this was, at some point, a shim. Okay. Okay, so I can see that well enough. So, okay. Not the neatest, but it'll do the job. Okay. That'll do. That's literally all you need to do most of the time with a shim, but I do need to make holes in it because I need to know where I need the screw to pass through. It's like wood or something. I don't actually know what this stuff is. It's like Phaco wood. I don't know what it is, but it'll work. It'll do the job. There'll be no issues there. Okay, so shimming, electrics are all okay. Let's get the net back on. Oh, what's going on? There we go. I don't know. This shim might be a bit much. I doubt it highly, but I think we'll be okay. Give me a sec, people of the tube. I just got to figure out how high these grub screws can go. Okay, this shim might be a bit too thick. We might need yeah, I'm gonna need cardboard instead. It's too thick, which is a bit of a shame because that's perfect material for that. But not an issue. So give me a minute. I will be back in but a second. Give me a second, everybody. Talk among yourselves. And he's back. Hello, everybody. Okay, so well, I'm just going to trace that out. Actually, there's no point me making a. There's no point me going crazy over the top with it. Okay, so I find for all the shims that I put in guitars, I find that breakfast cereal boxes like cornflakes, well, that's Kellogg's, but they work really well. I think this is something the thickness of them always seems to be really right. Okay, so I'm just going to trace around the one I think. I'm not going to be super neat and I'm going to kind of rush in a way. To be honest with you, it'll be okay though. It'll do the job. I've got quite a lot of cereal box shims in a lot of my guitars, and they work really well. And because the cardboard on cereal boxes is compressed to the monkeys from the get go. It's like you can't squish it anymore, so it's the perfect kind of thing. That's better. Just want to check that D and the G string though, because if they don't go up very high, I'm going to have to not shim it, in which case it's going to have to be a nightmare. I don't know if that's going to work. I might go quiet for a second, people of YouTube. I'm just trying to figure this out. Because that's very weird, very weird. So bring up the high E, which is the highest string on my board. Now where are we with that? I'm going to do it anyway, and if worse comes to worse, we can always just remove the shim. It's not going to be the end of the world. The shim is to bring up the back of the neck. Fender used to do it all the time. In a lot of our old, a lot of old vintage Strats have it. And what it does, it brings up the back of the neck here, so it puts it more at the right kind of angle. So when the strings go across, basically, that's the rough and ready non-scientific version of what a shim is. Okay. Somebody cared for this guitar. They really cared when they put it together. There's no ifs, no buts there. Somebody really, they really cared. This wasn't a guitar that they just kind of like threw together and went, that'll do. They really went a bit above and beyond, really, considering what it is. I mean, there's a lot of love and effort gone into this, so I can really appreciate that. Okay, so what I do when I put bolt necks onto guitars, I screw all the screws in to about, so they're not basically tight, so they're just kind of hanging out still, and then once they're all at a certain thing, I'll go along and tighten them up. Never mega tight. I just kind of limp wrist it, so they're just kind of like, once they get to a certain point, that's fine. Okay, so let's have a look at this. We might have issues. We might have issues here. I really don't know. Okay, so I'm going to put all the screws back in to the plate now, because the electrics are not an issue. The neck is the issue with this guitar. It just doesn't play very well. And in all fairness, it could really do with a fret level, but I'm not going to do that. That screw just fell in. I'm not going to fret level it. There's no point. But but it could really benefit. It would really benefit from a fret level. So maybe at some point I might do another one. Might do another stream with this guitar where I do fret level. I don't know, but at this point in time, I'm not interested in it. I just want to see if I can get it to play, because it plays okay, but it's so, it feels wrong. It doesn't feel like, it feels like the guitar's got a lot of potential that it's not able to reach, which is a bit weird thing to say, but it's like it's been held back by its it's been held back by the neck, weirdly enough. I've got to say the body on this guitar is so ugly. The shape of it, because it's up, Strat shape, yes, but the angles are all wrong. Like it's just it's an oversized body. In all fairness, it looks like a Hondo body, like from the 70s. I don't think it is, but it looks like one. Okay, I think that will work. Now I've got the neck on. That's pretty good. Let's have a look at the straightness of the neck. Yep, straight as the A1. Okay, so electrics are okay, apart from the knobs are the wrong way around. It really does look like a Hondo body from like the 70s or 80s. It's really boxy, and also they've put some like dampening material in the tremolo cavity, so the springs don't make noise, which I don't like, but I'm not going to remove. Okay, so we shimmed up, so we need to get it in tune now. The neck's straight, so there's no issues with the neck. There's no warping or anything like that. I mean, machine heads. The machine heads are the cheapy ones. Like, the ones you get on like Squire Affinities, but they feel pretty good. They don't feel bad. They feel tight, I'll tell you that. They don't feel like they're going to slip anytime soon. I don't know what the strings are. They feel like 9s, but I could be wrong. Okay, I can't get that one quite in tune because I ain't got it high enough. It's choking itself. It does feel better. So I want to check those neck screws again. Basically, once they're in, I just kind of like put no pressure on it, and if the screwdriver just like rotates out the hole, then that's in okay for me. I don't believe you should ever kind of like go cranking on these the neck plate screws. I think it's a really bad idea. Okay, so I've got a plectrum. Plectrum. Oh, I don't have one. Oh, there's one. It's hiding behind you, people of the tube. Oh, and here's a weird one as well. For some reason, there's 2 dots on the 9th fret and 2 dots on the 12th fret. Yeah. There's a real fret dip in the middle of the neck from about the 5th to the 12th. There's like a rattle, and the frets seem to be really, the neck seems to be like really dug out there, and the frets just don't. In all fairness, I don't think these frets have ever seen any use. I reckon this neck's like totally unused, but it's like one of those necks you get where it's totally unused, but they just banged the frets in, but they're not leveled. So the frets have just been like smashed into the neck, and that's all they've done. It is radiused. It's like I'd say, well, it's not quite a 12, probably about 9 and a bit radius, something like that. And also the nut's too high, so when you play the first fret, it rattles because the nut's way too high. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set the guitar up in playing position. So if we're in this position here, and I'm going to go off the height of the low E string to get the rest of the strings in at height. So using the low E string as my guide, I'm going to bring up the A string to where I know where I want it to live. I've been setting my guitars up like this for so many years. I can eyeball it and I know exactly where things need to be. So the D string's too high, which is really good. Whoa, and it just twanged. Don't break, please. I don't like the fact that the grub screws are so loose. That bothers me. Okay, that's E, A, and D. G string's far too high. That's still too high. But I've got to be careful it doesn't go too low because I bet it'll choke like a beast. Okay, so let's bring up the B. The B is on the bloody frets. Windy, 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 windy. Okay, so is that high E going to work? Okay. Go. The frets are really rough. They're very rough. It's not very good fret wire, to be honest with you, but you know it'll do the job. Okay, so let's try and get this B string in. We've got a total high fret problem there. And there. And there. And it's a bit dull and lifeless. Setups are very subjective indeed. Okay, this is very dull and lifeless at this point in time. So let's bring up that B string a bit more. I mean, the action's not horrific. It's not great. It's not horrific. Let's just have to sit. Ooh, ghosts. Let's see how it feels. But I've got to say, these pickups sound amazing. They've got a real Andy Timmons kind of vibe to them, which is really cool. Yeah, so well, in all fairness, you can see that fret. The fret here above the 12th fret, I can see from here that that's ridiculously high. In all fairness, actually, check this out, people. This is hysterical. Come here. To me, so this is the problem fret here. That's the problem fret. I do apologize for my fingernails. This is the problem fret, and that's the low fret. To me, but people with a tube, correct me if I'm wrong, that fret there seems like smaller material to this one. Am I seeing things, or does that look like a different fret wire to that fret wire? Because that looks really weird to me. Like that one's really, this one here is really skinny, and then that one's really big. And in all fairness, it looks like that one's been kind of like worked on by somebody. It's really flat. Whereas this one doesn't. But the problem with this neck is, I mean, if I just hold the camera here, you can see, well, if I put it down that way. I don't know if you'll be able to see on the camera during the live stream, but you can kind of see the frets are all over the place. There's high and low, and they're just everywhere but where they should be, and it's a bit of a mess, really. But that to me looks so dodgy. Um, Great refret. I mean, yeah, I mean, I do want to learn to refret guitars. That is my next job because I've learned how to fret level and crown and polish. I just, I want to learn how to refret. But, I mean, these frets aren't bad. But, again, there's some wear on the fingerboard here as well, look there. Which makes me think this fret is either not original, which, why would you replace one fret? Is the most bizarre thing in the world. And also, there is some scrapes on the fretboard here. And that's another problem fret. So I think somebody's tried to level out the problem spots on this neck, but they've only tried to do it per fret. Instead of doing the whole board, they've just done it per fret. So they've taken this fret down, taken that fret down, but left the rest, which is not the way you do it. Also, the nut's way, way, way too high. You know, but the Strat, especially the D and the G, but it's just ridiculously high. So I might have to try and rectify that. I don't know if I can do that now, but we're definitely gonna do something with it. It's still in tune. It's just so dead. Where are we with intonation? Tune just made it jump up like near a semitone. I mean, intonation's in. You know, it sounds pretty good. It's just they got some real problem frets going on here. I mean, someone's definitely tried to work on these frets and they've just overcooked it. Massively overcooked it. Also, the neck looks twisted. Like, the neck doesn't look right to me. I don't know. It's a bit weird. I mean, we might be able to get a bit more playability out of it, giving the neck a bit of relief. Don't really want to do that, but if I just slacken off the truss rod a little bit, it might just give the neck a little bit of relief, and it might just give me access to those frets a bit better. Probably about as much as I want to go with that. No. I mean, the problem is the action's crap. It's not very good. Yeah, I don't know. It's not the best to play up here either because the nut's really high. But I don't know if I can be bothered to work on the nut. The neck isn't very good. The neck really lets this guitar down, I feel. I mean, the weirdo-shaped body, although it's weird, doesn't hinder the guitar. You know, it doesn't feel strange to play it. But the neck really seems to let this guitar down. I mean, that 10th fret is so rattly, and then you got the 20th. Is it 20th? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21st fret's dodgy. I don't know why they put two dots in the neck, one for the 9th fret. Bizarre. Basically just don't play in D. Because that will come through on an amp, as we will hear in a moo-moo. I bet, actually, Yeah, the nut's too high. The intonation on the open chords isn't great. It's not bad. What brand is it? I have no idea. I mean, it's just some cheapo guitar, but well, it's like it's a parts caster. It's somebody's assembled this. I mean, somebody has assembled this definitely with a lot of love, but nonetheless, it's been very crudely put together. Well, it hasn't been crudely put together. It's been put together really well, but there's certain shortcuts that have happened, unfortunately, that have hindered it. I'm not sure I like the black knobs, but I'm not changing. Okay, so somebody's really, they really have tried with it. You know what I mean? It's not like it's somebody's gone, that'll do. They have done on the frets, definitely. I think that might be, I wonder if that's the reason they got rid of it, is because they tried to work on the frets and then kind of got bored and fed up of it because they couldn't get the frets to work. You can't make it work by just leveling one fret. You need to do the whole thing. Okay, so I'm going to put the pickups to where I think they need to live. Bring up the treble side. Give or take. That'll do. I don't really have much experience with kind of hot rail pickups, but I really like the sound of these ones. They're really, really cool. Really needs new strings as well. They're filthy. Look, I don't know if you can see, I've got dirty finger ends because from these strings are a bit gross. I will be washing my hands afterwards. But I just don't want to restring it right now. I'm just not quite ready for that. So, and the sus chord is a bit suspect. Just going to check out neck relief one more time because I don't really want to add any more relief to it, to be honest with you. It's okay as it is. Okay, so the shims definitely made it better. There's no arguing with that. That was a must do, unfortunately. I would kind of wish it wasn't in a way, but at least I've actually got adjustment now on the bridge, which I didn't have before. I had no adjustment on the bridge whatsoever. It just wasn't going anywhere because, well, there's nowhere for it to go. If I wanted it lower, I couldn't get it lower. All I could do was go up, and that's not cool. Unless you want it to, be like a dobro. I don't think I'm going to get it any better than that, people with a tube. I really don't, which is a bit of a shame. I mean, the string alignment's good. The neck's been put on the right string alignment. The intonation's good. Neck is just not very good. It's just a very, very, very crummy neck, if I'm being perfectly honest. I'm just going to clean these strings up with some string cleaner because they're a bit gross. Well, not gross, but just really not very nice. They feel a bit rough. Rough under the fingers, I told you. This stuff is the best stuff in the world. It really is for guitar strings. Amazing. Plus it smells really good. Okay. Mind your ears, it's going to get squeaky. No, not so much. I'm surprised. Oh, that one's squeaky. Ah. Oh, that one's squeaky as well. Okay. Okay, I'll give it a clean up properly when I'm done, see if it works. Right, okay, so these strings actually feel like 8s. on this guitar. They feel like they're super light. But yeah, I just want to show you the body, people with tube. Just look at the guitar body for a minute, and it just looks really strange where the jack socket is. It's like super low. It's really weird looking. It looks dead odd. Like it just doesn't look right. And then also you got this like enlarged bit there. It isn't right. It really looks like my Hondo, but I bet it's not. I don't know what it is. There's barely any arm route. But yeah. Yeah, it's just a cheapo tremolo. A black scratch plate would look really cool on this. I just don't have one. Well, I do, but it's not worth putting it on because it would be a bit of a mess. Don't think if there's anything else anything I've missed. I don't think there is. So shall we plug it in, people of the tube? What say you? Okay. Okay, so you have a choice of amplifiers. Okay, so we can plug it into the Katana here, the Marshall there, or we can plug it into a Fender Pro Junior, or we can plug it into the Sub-Zero or the Tysker amp in the corner there. And yes, vintage icon. New guitar. Well, newish guitar. It's a very old guitar actually, but which one? Orange. Orange is upstairs. I can't get to the orange right now. Wow, that's quick. Katana, Fender Marshall, Fender Pro, Pro Junior. Too many choices. Definitely too many choices. Katana. Okay, Katana it is. Definitely. It's definitely a unanimous decision on the Katana. So let's sit you on my cajon. Okay, come here, Mr. Con. And also, while we're at it, back plate in the bin because it's totally pointless. Okay. Okay, so I think you can see everything there. Okay, so plug it in. The jack socket just feels weird where it is. It just feels way too low. It's totally bizarre. Okay, made a nice mess here. Okay. They've definitely got that kind of like Andy Timmons, DiMarzio cruisery kind of sound to them. It's a bit cack, unfortunately. Like it just fretting out all the time. That's super rattly. It's just not very it doesn't feel smooth. It needs a fret level. It's as simple as that, really. I'm not gonna do that today though. I think a fret level would sort it out no end. Because it is a good guitar. That's the problem, but it's there's nothing wrong with this guitar. It's great, but it just doesn't. It's that the rattle with frets that are really pigging me out. Bit microphonic. Just sync the pickups because they just seem to be giving me too much. The neck pickup needs to come higher on the treble side. We'll level them. Okay, so they're all the same kind of height. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? When I'm coming over to France, it'll be end of November. I've got a lot of stuff to sort out first. It is a problem, child. But like, I don't think it needs a lot of work. Oh, and also check out where the Strat button is. That's not the center line. I'm not changing it. It can stay where it is. It's quite amusing. Conversational piece. It is a problem, child, but like, I don't think. No, I don't think it requires a lot of work. It does need a fret level, and you know, it's not a guitar that's kind of like not worth it. If that makes any sense, it's definitely worth spending the time. You know, it sings. Even on the dead phrase, sings. Apart from there. The note needs to work as well. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Needs TLC, definitely does. Cheers. Anyone else with John Mayer make a guitar album? Yeah, if John made another album like Continuum, I'd be buying it. But he doesn't. I don't think he's allowed. Yeah, true. That is a good thing about the neck. Because in all fairness, the neck I don't think is particularly great on this guitar. The neck's okay. I mean, it's not bad, but it's kind of like almost like doesn't suit the guitar. So if I do mess the frets up, it'll be all right. How does it sound on a Fender amp? Well, let me get the Fender on. I'll show you. I'm just gonna let it warm up a bit because it's valvey. I want distortion. Let's see what it does with distortion. Let's see what it does with distortion in tune, maybe, Dave. Let's see what goes on there, right? Come on. Okay. Put the Dave Murray delay on. Whistlers. I thought they would whistle though, to be honest with you. I was going to be very surprised if they didn't. What's that? Make a second string ring on the 11th fret. The second string ring on the 11th fret. The uncontrollable whistle takes over. It's Kurt Cobain would love it. What amp has been used? Bass Katana right now. Yeah, those Dave Murray runs. The pickups are great. The pickups are great. They really are. And it plays better than it did. I mean, it really does. But still not wonderful. The nut needs to come down quite substantially. I mean, the nut's not cut at all. There's far too much string in there. Yeah, it works. No, I don't have any other Squire Vintage modifiers other than a Jag. The Jag's the only one I've got. This guitar doesn't really do the John Clean thing. It's not really. It's a bit too dark. I don't know. Rails do the clean, John Clean. Kind of. They're a bit dark though. It's really hard to play that first fret because the strings are so high. It's got 500k pots in it, I think. I think over 500. I forget now. But 1 meg would probably put it right. That neck pickup's too high. Okay. There's a run for you people of the tube. Or this one. Hang on. It's a little finger exercise. Try it in a bright sounding amp. I will do. I'm going to plug it into the Fender. So, give me a sec, everybody. I need to rearrange. So, put that onto standby. I can't turn it off, actually. Okay, so let's flip you around that way. Put you over here so you're not deafened by it, because it's a quiet little beast. It's not a quiet little beast, may I say. I'll get my English right one day, won't we, Dave? Okay. Not wrong with that. Come over here. That's tone all the way. Too much. They're not, no, they're just like Chinese aftermarket kind of rails. I'll put the amp on 8. Whistles, they whistle loads. Whistle while you work. Put you over there. Might be so glary from with it. Very Keith Richards. Cheap Fender amp's worth it. This one definitely was. It got me to buy a valve amp, so that's got to say something. But that's why, and especially when you wind it to 12. Well, I'm too close. Just, it's a train. Move out the way. I don't know how well that's going to sound, but that's the amp on full now. Before it blows my face off. It's cool. I mean, it's alright. Dead fret. What do you think? This probably sounds really, really bad, but I'm gonna turn that off. I don't know. I really don't know what to think. I mean, it plays better than it did. I mean, that's something, I suppose, but it's not amazing. You know, the pickups are amazing. These rails are really, really good, and I like it. I do like the sound of the guitar. But the guitar itself is not quite, well, it'd be interesting to know what it feels like after a fret level and a nuts cut. That's what that's the next job for this guitar, definitely, is I'm going to It needs new strings, it needs nut cutting, and it needs a frets leveling. So I'll do that another day. I'm not doing that today. But, yeah, it works. It does the job. It does the job. So, what do you think, people of the tube? So battery's nearly dead, so I'm going to have to call it a day in a second. But, you know, it lives, it breathes, it sings, kind of. So, yeah. It's a kind of an okay, quite a cool looking guitar. It looks like an 80s shred machine, if I've ever seen one. Yeah, the pickups are definitely not wax potted. I don't know what the Strat is. It's just a Bitzer guitar. It needs a lot of work, but it doesn't need a lot of work. No, it only needs a bit. It just needs a fret. Needs new strings, fret leveling, nut cut, and that's all it needs. So it's not a great deal, to be honest with you. What's your dream custom guitar? It's just a Stratocaster. You know, the Strat is my perfect guitar. That's why I've got so many of them. I just love them to bits. So. Oh, what have I done? Maybe. You ever played on the trio pedal? No, I've never tried one. Maybe at some point I'll get one and we'll give it a whirl. Like 70s style Strats. Love 70s style Strats. I've got one on the wall there. That's actually from 70s as well. That's like a 74 or something like that. It's not Fender, but it's definitely a Strat-esque. Yeah, I mean it is. I mean it'd be a great guitar to kind of like, you know, just like, you know, if you ding it and dent it, you're okay. You ever played a Rory Gallagher Strat? Yes, I was appalled by it. I thought it was terrible. Do you have plans to upload music to Spotify? No, I do not. I refuse to put my music on Spotify. Japan made black guitar. Cool. No worries, thank you. You don't have to thank me. I should be thanking you, Lord. Okay. Lawsuit era guitars are cool. Yeah, they really are. And I've got this one. Check this out. This is really cool. I got this recently, and you'll see a video of it at some point soonish. But let me just flip the camera around. So this is like a weirdo Tysco Strat thing that I bought recently, and it's amazing. Like I said, I'm not gonna show you too much of it. Well, you've seen it all now, but you know what I mean. I'm not gonna show you what it sounds like or anything because I'll save that for the video. But this guitar is amazing, and I love it, and it was really cool purchase, and I like it a lot. Ugh. Live stream every day. Maybe. Depends. I would if I could, but you know. Burns Marquee. I don't really like Burns Marquee guitars. I've tried a few Burns guitars, but I've never really liked them. Oh, thank you very much for $5. Thank you very much indeed. I appreciate that. You listen to me. I try to listen to everybody. I try, definitely. I might not always succeed, but I try. What was that? Sorry, Larry Carlton. Yeah, no, I'd love to get my hands on one of them. SX guitars. Yeah, well, said one I've got is good, and I've tried some rugged ones. P90 pickups, love them. Yes. Road trip video if I move, definitely. Yeah. I'll be documenting the whole thing. I'll need you up there with me. So yes. Mystery Strat, most early 90s, very strangely built, single coils, no sort. Yeah, there's a lot of weirdo Strats, very strange. Lawsuit Telly, nice. Ibanez factory made, yeah, wicked. Heavy as Les Paul, yeah, wicked. Angus Young is with me, I'm sure he is. What's your opinion on Graham Coxon? I'm not really a fan of Graham Coxon. I like his guitar tone, but I don't really like him. I'm not going to do any more playing now because I've got to go because my battery's going to die if I don't go soon. But I'm going to be around for the next 5 minutes. Yamaha Pacificas, yeah, great guitars. If you get Pacificas kind of set up right, they're really good guitars. I think they're really cool. I don't really like Fret King. I think they're a bit weird. Black Strat with Maple Neck is reissue of your old Fender. No, that is actually technically a Squire. It's an 89, 88. I can't remember, 88, 89 kind of Strat. It should be blue, but somebody's refinished it in black. Aerodyne, definitely. I have no real opinion on it. I haven't tried it, so I can't say. Thoughts on Steve Miller, no opinion. Oh, my neck, stiff. Was that a Fender Tweed amp? Yes, it was. Fender Pro Junior. You'll see a video of that's coming out at some point in the next. I forget when that's coming out, but yeah, looks amazing. Black. It does. It's a really cool guitar, but the problem is the low E hangs off the fretboard. It's not the best playing guitar, but it is great. I love it. That was a lot of questions. I'm okay. Thin neck on Pacific Talk Les Paul. Yeah, I mean, well, again, necks are neck sizes are so subjective. You know, what I mean, well, everything's subjective. You know, being alive is subjective. Oh, thank you very much for the $10, Cody Blues. Thank you very much indeed. Keep being you. I will do my best. Thank you very much. Do you like One Hot Minute album? Not really. It's okay. It's not something I would listen to over Californication or Blood Sugar or something like that, though. I'm gonna yawn. I do apologise. Ah! Did I make anybody else yawn? I did. I apologise. It's the hour we've gained or hour we've lost. I can't remember. I don't understand anymore. Live jam sometime. That'd be cool. Yeah. Do I like Andy Summers? Yes, I do like Andy Summers. Yes, I grew up listening to Mr. Andy. Orange Crush 15, just like Crush 30, same knobs, just concave front. Yeah, amazing amps. Tokai Les Pauls are amazing. I agree. Tokai Strats are amazing. Tokai guitars in general are amazing. Thank you. Have you heard from Lee? Not since the Tone City pedal video went out. And I say a massive thanks for Lee for sending me all those Tone City pedals because he didn't need to. And yeah, and I'll be doing a giveaway. I'm going to do a giveaway on all the tones. I've gone through the Tone City pedals and I've kind of I've got, I can't remember how many it is now, but I'm going to give most of them away because well, I just, you know, why not? So there will be a big kind of I can't remember how many it is. I'm keeping 4. I think I'm keeping 4, or is it 3? I forget. But basically, like, you know, there's the black tea, the golden plexi, and the tiny spring. And I'll be keeping those, so 3. But I'm really debating on whether to keep a phaser because I really like the phaser. It reminds me of Scott Gorham. Which Pink Floyd song is your favourite? I don't have one. I don't have a favourite Pink Floyd song. I don't listen to them enough to have a favourite. But I do love Time, but I don't know. I've never heard of Justin Johnson. Never heard of him. I'm going to yawn again. Sorry, everyone. Cool. I'm looking. Yeah, I don't know how to do the giveaway because there's like 8 pedals. Well, there's more than 8 pedals I'm going to give away. Well, is it 8 pedals I'm giving away? I can't remember. But I don't know how to do it at this point in time, but I'll figure it out. Any chance you play a Shadow? I can't play a Shadow song now because it's copyright protected. I'll get done for it. Favorite song by Linkin Park? I don't really have one. Again, I haven't listened to them in years. But I do like their songs. You need to stop spamming though. Stop writing the question multiple times. Don't do that or you'll get blocked. Groundhogs, kind of, yeah. I mean, from what I've heard of, yeah. I don't listen again. They're a band I don't really listen to a great deal of, but yeah, I do every now and again. Quid per entry raffle. That's not a bad idea. I could do it like a raffle thing. Maybe. I was trying to think of like, you know, could I do questions and like do like certain amount of questions and then see who gets it right. How's my French? Not great, but it'll have to get better. It's as simple as that. I like the idea of just throwing myself in the deep end though, because it's exciting, and I don't really do that kind of thing. So it's a nice experience. It'll be a good experience for me to throw myself into that place. Did Greta Van Fleet deserve harassment for sounding like a Zeppelin? No one deserves harassment for doing that kind of thing. But you know, if you sound close to like a band like that, then you sound close to a band like that, you know. But if that's what they want to do, if it makes them happy, it's all that matters. What's that? Tagging my guitar. I've never heard of him. Hi from Ukraine. Hello from Ukraine. Hello there. I'll be a translator in the Paris Guitar Song. Thank you very much. I will need it, but I'm gonna try and learn. Obviously, I'm gonna try and learn French because I need to. I've always wanted to learn French because my great grandmother was, my family actually is from France. Well, my family's from France and Romania. That's where my family comes from. And obviously my dad's stepdad was Ukrainian. So how is high string action? It varies from guitar to guitar. I know what they want to look like, but it just depends. Chapman ML Modern for 200. Wow, that was a hell of a price. Any good? I don't know. Yeah, I'm guessing that's a hell of a price. That seems very cheap. What do you think of Prince? Love Prince. The man was a genius. A little bit, not selfish with his music, but he wasn't very giving with it. He was very, very protective. But I can understand why. What is your favourite cheap guitar and pedal? My favourite cheap guitar is the Squire Bullet that's got hung up over there. And pedal-wise, probably the Zoom G2.1U because they're ridiculously cheap now. You and Angus should play together. I don't think that'll ever happen. Deals to Eric Johnson every now and again. Affinity or Bullet? Bullet for me. I find Affinities to be really finicky with their pickups. Sometimes Affinities pickups are really good and then sometimes they're really, really bad. Tagima. Okay. You ever heard of Fret King War? No. Never heard of it. Oh, thank you very much for the 50 sec. I don't know what that is, but thank you very much. Keep doing your thing. I will do. Thank you very much indeed. But Line 6 Spider V for 30. Oh, sorry, I missed that. Is that a PB Rage? Yes, that's my first ever amp in that is. Dead Meadow. I've heard of Dead Meadow before somewhere. I'm going to yawn again. I do apologise, everybody. Keep being I will do my best. Thank you very much. Thoughts on Classic Vibe are just stupid guitars. Classic Vibe are amazing. Yes, you can't really go wrong with Classic Vibe. They need 100,000. Maybe one day we'll get to 100,000 subscribers. Nice. 56, €5. Cool. Thank you very much. That went quick. Thoughts on Line 6 amps? They're okay. Line 6 amps are okay, but they always sound a little bit... The only word I can think of is contrived. They don't sound bad. You know, you can get some pretty good sounds out of the Line 6 amps, but they do sound like the only word I can think of is contrived. They sound like they're kind of... I don't know, it's just something weird about them, and they don't feel right to me, but, you know, again... To each their own. Marshall DSL 40. Never tried one, so I don't know. What about the Albion amps? Never heard of. Never heard them. Never tried them. Mac DeMarco. Never heard of him either. Nope. Okay, when my battery. Oh my god, it's not good. What do you think of Ibanez RGs? RGs are great. There's a gem sat there. I need to remember the camera's over there. I'm getting distracted by seeing things on my screen. I keep looking at the croc. When it was like that, I'm looking at guitars. It's very distracting. What guitars do you plan on taking to France? I don't know, but it'll be quite a few. There's quite a few coming with me. I do have a list of guitars I'm taking. It just it's probably about 10. Because I just can't be without my gits. Because I need... What I'm thinking is, once I get there, I'll still be doing videos. So I need to take everything I use for videos, really. Classic Vibe, Strat's Tremblock. I thought it was okay. I thought it was good. I mean, they are just what they are. Become a busker in Paris. Maybe I will come and busk in Paris. I'd love to busk in Paris. It'd be amazing to do that. I do intend to busk. Oh, I bought this because of that. Speaking of busking, for my travels, I went and bought a Roland Street Cube. So I will do a demo of this at some point soon as well. But these are amazing. I'm massively impressed with that. But But yeah, so I will be doing busking definitely because I've got Street Cube now, which means I can. Go all the way to emigrating. It's kind of both at this point in time. We will see what happens. I'm going to go down. I'm going to go down with the idea of moving there. But it's only the south of France. It's not like it's a million miles away. I can just come home if it doesn't work out. I hope it does work out, but if it doesn't, then Roll and Cube, great. I agree. That is amazing. I'm so impressed with it. I need to get some batteries though. Be careful your axes. Don't take too many. Never let unattended. Oh, don't worry. I won't leave a van unattended. I won't be allowed to anyway. And plus, I've got places to store my stuff that's safe, so don't worry about that. There are some guitars that won't be coming with me, like the 62 Strat won't be coming with me. What I'm going to do with the 60, I've been thinking long and hard about what I'm going to do with the 62 Strat because as much as I want to take it with me, if anything happened to it while I was down there, I don't think I'll be able to forgive myself. So what I'm going to do with the 62 Strat is I'm going to give it back to Malcolm, the original owner, and I'm going to let him look after it because he looked after it for all these years. I'm going to give it back to him and say basically, um, it's back with you until I come back. Because I just don't want to travel with that guitar. My white Strat's coming with me, no ifs, no buts. But the 62, I can't think that's a good idea to take that guitar with me, to be honest with you. Hope you're well. I'm not bad, thank you much. How are you? 996 Fender Strat made in America, candy apple red, worth 400. Any good? Um, 90s Strats are okay, but they're a bit if they can be. I've played more bad ones than good ones, in my opinion. Again, this is just my opinion. Some are really good, some are really not that great. What about the Red Oswald's coming with me? No ifs, no buts as well. There's some guitars that I have to take. So yeah, but I do need to take enough guitars with me so I can do videos with different sounds. So obviously need Strats, Telecaster. I need a guitar humbuckers as well. So yeah, and I also need an acoustic as well. So but I do plan to take quite a few guitars with me, and obviously a few amps as well. So just so I've got variety. Player strats. I've never really tried. I've never tried a player strat. 96 made in Japan strats were great. Yes, I agree. The Japanese strats from the 90s are amazing guitars. Lemon drop has to go. No, the lemon drop's staying here. You're gonna need a bigger van. No kidding. And your bus. Ever play a Loden? No, but I've seen them, but I've never tried one. The Crybaby Mini, I hated the Crybaby. I tried the Crybaby Mini about 2 weeks ago, and I really despised it. It felt so horrible. Are you excited or nervous about leaving? I'm both. I'm both terrified and supremely excited. How are you going to get all the stuff there? I'm going to drive. Oh, thank you very much for the €10. Bon voyage. Thank you very much indeed. Or is it merci? Should I start saying? He's getting to using these French words. Tom Morello's got his own signature wah. Is he going to use it though? Do you know any French yet? I know kind of certain French words. I know more than I thought I did, which was quite surprising. Um, Recently, my two French friends came up for 3 weeks, and it actually surprised me. But I'm not very good at speaking French because I don't know what to do. Because it's like, do I put on an accent or do I not? So I have to. I sound like a bit of an idiot. But it should be quite amusing for French people to hear me speak French because I can't do it very well because I'm a stupid Brit. Am I selling what I don't take? No, no, I'm not. I'm not doing a big clear out just in case I need anything at this point in time. John Frusciante is a very sloppy player. Well, yeah, sometimes he is. Doesn't really matter though, does it? The fact I go when people say, "Oh, he's a sloppy player," I always go back to the Kurt Cobain quote of, "It doesn't matter if it's sloppy playing. If it's played with passion and meaning, it doesn't matter what it is." And I totally agree with that. I don't like particularly perfectly neat guitarists anyway. Jimmy wasn't perfectly neat. Jeff Beck isn't perfectly neat. John isn't. Paul Kossoff isn't. Rory isn't. None of these guitar players are like Guthrie Govan or Steve Vai, where it's immaculate. But I like the unimmaculateness of their playing. I like that a lot more than kind of guitarists who are like prim and proper. You know, I like the nasty side of things because it gets more out. Get a phrase book. Yeah. Oh, well, I've got. I'm gonna get some apps for my phone. Moving to the southeast, center or west. I'm moving to the south. Hendrix wasn't Mr. Sloppy. There are definitely worse guitar. There were more sloppy players than Jimmy. Jimmy was actually very neat and. I mean, you think about what Jimmy had to work with. Jimmy was like, no one will ever get to the level that Jimmy changed the guitar. I just don't. It just won't happen. Character comes through, and exactly, yeah, imperfections. It's really important. Upgrading food. I know. Like I say, I mean the food's all. When I went on holiday, when I went to holiday to France a while back, the food was so amazing. Jimmy was loose, not sloppy. That's a very good way of saying it. Very. That's a great thing to say. Yes, he was very loose actually. But But it's so good. It's so tight at the same time. I don't know. It's just down south. Um, I don't know. It's near Nice basically, so it's all the way down. True. Pocket phrases don't run out of battery. That's a very good point. Sat backstage and played with Jimmy. My God, I'm jealous. Allez. Frenchy Dave, yeah. I don't think it'll ever really happen that much, but I'm certainly going to try. Yeah, I mean, it is. It's all about kind of it's expression, isn't it? More than anything. Anyway, I could talk about it for hours. Good morning from Canada, and good morning to you. Will you drive to France? Yes. It will be the furthest I've driven. Yeah. Uh, I've driven to Cork in Ireland. I drove there to see Rory Gallagher or to meet Rory. Obviously, unfortunately, he's not alive, but I went to see Rory. But I drove to Cork, but I will be driving all the way down there. Yeah. I mean, it's only once you get to Calais, it's probably like 11 hours. So it's not ridiculous. Good morning from Spain. Hello. German thing from Spain. That's interesting. Would you ever want to move to America? I don't know. I mean, I'd like to. I would love to come. I would love to come to Seattle. At this point in time, I'm going to France because I know people there, and they can help me and get me settled, so to say. 11 hours. 11 hours isn't that long. You know, I would travel double that. Alaska, crikey. Right, I think I'm gonna have to get off because my battery's gonna die. Oh, we're okay for a bit. When a gig's singing French, that will never happen. But I definitely have to play Parisian Walkways, don't I? Well, I don't know. Well, I'll just play Parisian Walkways regardless. Good morning from Tennessee, and good morning to you. Happy on the wrong side of the road. Yeah, I'll be fine. It won't take long to get used to it. I've got 11 hours to get used to it. I'm sure I'll be fine by the time I get there. Will your French friends appear in your videos? I certainly hope so. How is your car going across the water? Eurostar. Always wanted to go to Kurt's hometown. Exactly, yeah. Aberdeen, definitely. It'd be really cool. I want to come to Jimmy's grave, though, in Seattle really badly. So at some point, I will come to Seattle and go to Jimmy's thingy. Lancashire will be sad to see you go. Maybe. I don't think Lancashire will care if I'm here or not, to be honest with you. Busking in the south of France, I will do. I will definitely busking. Have you got a visa? You don't need a visa. Because I don't know what I'm doing yet. Don't need a visa. I'm just going down there. Thoughts on England? Lovely country, bad government. Mayor, I'm not going to listen to Mayor. It's not my kind of music, so I'm not interested. Is Brexit not affecting it? Well, that's the reason I'm going down soon. Is because if I'm down there when Brexit happens, I'm down there. You know what I mean? And there'll be more. I mean, like I said, the main reason I'm going down there is because gigging will return to France a lot quicker and Europe a lot quicker than in the UK. No, I don't know when gigging will come back to England. I really don't. If it'll ever come back. I don't know. I mean, this is what I'm. This is why I've got all this to figure over the next couple of weeks. I'm not going till the end of November, so I have heard of them. Yep. Greetings from Roma. Hello to you in Roma. Uh, check UK and French websites. As long as you're in by 30th December, you're in. Yeah, I'll be there by then. How is the government to blame for COVID-19? Because they didn't act fast enough. They were told in January about this, and they were told to lock down way before they should have done. They just let it burn. You ever go to Australia? Yes, I'd love to go to Australia. At some point in my life, I'd love to go to Australia. Right, I'm gonna have to go, everybody, because my phone's about to die. You should collab with more YouTubers. I would like to. It's just finding the ones who want to do it. So I'm gonna have to go, everybody, because my phone's gonna die. If not, I won't be able to say goodbye, and it probably won't log this live stream. So anyway, thank you very much, everybody, for watching the live stream. I hope you enjoyed this little guitar excursion and little thing at the end. I'll see you again. I'll try and do more live streams. I really enjoy these. So anyway, I'll see you again. Goodbye now. Thank you.